here's the kicks away following that fumble return. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
3 bud. 57's the mic. Watch 57. Let's go, D. Sponge. No. Check. Fresno. Check three.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Deshaun Hamilton, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Darren Lee picks it. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. He was looking for Chandler that time. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They'll run it now out of the gun. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Check. Exit.
From the 31, Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Yellow. 180. You gonna get this, boy? Hey, 15. You think you gonna get this? Max 22. Okay.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelce. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Yellow. Let's go 180. Right side. Yo. Right side.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. An incomplete pass leads to second and 10 from the 25. Throwing, Bridgewater. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Chris Jones make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. He is proving his worth defensively. Getting the sack here, that comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week, continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
Throwing his Bridgewater, and he's going to go down again. Chris Jones in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. The Broncos send out their punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. Time for our first check of the NFL scoreboard. And the Eagles out in front early. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Get his man. That's Tyrell Williams. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Play 3 of the drive now is successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14, Broncos nothing.
Hey, yellow. On the wall, everybody. I don't even know why his team showed up. Hey, 43. Look at it.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
And now they face a 2nd and 6 after the penalty. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd down and 6.
Yellow. All right, 80. Check. Watch 54. Hey, yellow. Hey, go gun.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 21-0.
The score, Chiefs 21, Broncos nothing. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
He's checking.
Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Open man, here's Hamilton. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
On 3rd down, Freeman. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. A first down throw for Bridgewater. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. On 3rd down, Bridgewater. And that is incomplete. So on now is Brandon McManus. He has hit from as far away as 57, but that was in Denver. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 at the 46-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
But if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist, twist. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Hey, yo, go gun, go gun, go gun.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. 4th down now after a loss of 2. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3. I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. From the gun, Bridgewater. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
That's going to be a long day. Mike 56, Mike 56. Hey, come on now, come on now. Check 15, check 50.
Bridgewater now. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Mahomes going to throw. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the chief linemen might have moved. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long.
Just like that. Just like that. Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. Bravo! Watch the run. They're running it. Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54 Mike. I got it.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Frank Clark, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
Bridgewater on first down. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Switch it, come on, switch it.
To throw is Bridgewater. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Bridgewater again. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. Oh, a heck of a move. Man. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line.
Number 33. A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Jump.
Here's Bridgewater. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked by Kendall Fuller. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? They'll try to run this one in. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3. Hatch it. Yellow.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Chiefs use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead opens up now to 22 points. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
3rd and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. Now Bridgewater. He's got his big tight end, Fant. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9.
We ain't beginning to tear you up. Don't get nervous. Hey, check 24. That's
They're indeed going for it. Bridgewater. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 36. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off around the 41. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call.
43! 43! 22!
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down. This offense, number 1 in the NFL in picking up first downs in their run game.
Gaining drives, that means you're controlling the football, controlling the clock, and letting your defense rest on the sidelines.
Yellow! 180! We own them!
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be down close to the first down marker as he gets this to the Broncos 16. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down. And the kick by Butker is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.